Windows and the Apple Studio display were not made for each other. Rather, the display not made for Windows, but they still work together. Not in all cases though. And this is the most important thing to remember. You can use the Apple Studio display for Windows. You won't get every feature available to Mac users, but that's what your Mac is for. So not in all cases means what exactly? You're going to need a very specific wire to run this display with your conventional PC unless you have a Thunderbolt port on your GPU. You need a DisplayPort 1.4 to Thunderbolt wire. Now this is the first caveat. If you get a wire with simply USB-C, your display will not work. An HDMI to USB-C wire will not work either. I'm not too sure of the science of the wires, but wire bandwidth is everything. Unless you buy the one in this video description, pay very close attention to the bandwidth, as some wires will boast Thunderbolt speeds with bandwidth speeds that don't support those claims. This wire sent from Silkland is a great example of a USB-C to DisplayPort wire that will work for other things, like plugging your Mac into a display perfectly fine, but the Apple Studio display looks for a very specific signal and signal speeds to push those 5K pixels. Most people have said the best wire to connect the Apple Studio display to your Windows machine is this one by Cable Matters. However, I tried another one, and while it worked for me at times, I would experience a strange artifacting glitch. So you may just want to go with the first wire. Cable Matters didn't reach out to me to test their wire, so I can't say if the artifacting is universal or maybe caused by something else. On the other hand, the wire Silkland sent me does not work. I suspect it's due to the bandwidth, as the wire feels slightly thinner than the working wire. Therefore, if you want Windows to power the display, it's best to purchase one of the two working wires. But what if you want to use your speakers or the beautiful 720p webcam? Well, you're not out of luck there either. Now, I haven't tested this, but apparently a $120 wire from Hawaii for your VR headset will allow you to connect. However, to be quite frank, maybe a $120 wire from Hawaii for access to your webcam and mic should just stay in China. I'm not sure why Apple hasn't given more support to Windows for a display, but from what I understand is vastly less complicated than using this display over the Pro XDR. Again, I don't have one of these either, but that's just from what I read. Since I've used this display, it has mostly made me look at 5K gaming as something else, and using this display is something else. It's almost difficult to look at other screens, and giving them a critical pass always leaves me disappointed. We've all heard that 1.6K is outlandish for a monitor, but when you factor in that you have more than just a productivity piece, but it's an actual tool, while limited, allows for phenomenal workflow. Anyone who uses a MacBook in their daily workflow, or even a Mac Studio, and wonders what a full Apple desktop would be like should start here. Monitor, PC, then your peripherals. Your monitor will ultimately be the longest lasting part of your setup. It has taken us almost 6 years to get to the 1440p standard, and even still most consoles are going for 1080p.
You know, it's 4K in the X, it's 1440 on the S. We do lock it at 30. Because we want that fidelity.
No one is getting this display to use with Windows anyways, and if they are, then more than likely you don't even know that this is a problem. And if you do know, then you probably already have your wire, or you're already deciding how you're going to solve that problem. Now, in the event that you don't, you will need the cable from Cable Matters, and if you do already have one, then consider getting the wire from Hawaii. I don't think that the Chinese are actually spying on any of us. I just, suspect that the Chinese are probably spying on us. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, then you can leave a like, and if you didn't like it, well, you can leave a dislike and tell me what you didn't like in the video. Thank you so much for sending me this wire Silkland. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, and if you didn't, then you can drop a dislike and tell me what you didn't like in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.